Alright, so I have to do post commentary for this and the next two videos, and probably the next one after that, since it involves a really lame and kind of tedious boss fight with Bloody Mary, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Anyways, this was recorded very early in the morning, so I had to avoid waking people up, and it was done kind of in a rush, so I could, or not really, but it was done to see if I could, you know, get to the point in this game to make it in time for the podcast, which ended up being delayed for next week. So, thankfully, I was able to complete it in time, because even though I played this early in the morning, I wasn't able to complete it by the deadline, and I was afraid I'd have to miss out on the podcast, but I didn't. So yay! Yeah, just buying equipment here. I don't think I can really say much in the video, since, not my live reactions, and it's pretty self-evident what I'm doing here. So, weapons are still weird. Or at least I don't understand how the damage calculation works. It's not like that +3 in power is actually +3 in damage. I decided to leave to bed here and, go check out the new part of the overworld. Oh yeah, this is that yeah, you don't actually have to be here. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, the enemies are still here. There's actually some really interesting property with the wolves in Norfest that I'll talk about in the next video. Go. So yeah, this is Terranigma. Basically, think of the wasteland in Ocarina of Time. When you don't have, the knowledge of what the path is, pretty much just wander until Arc passes out. Like you can already see where, you can already get the idea with the text that comes up. Passes out due to the heat, and no matter how far you go, you don't get anywhere because it loops forever. So now one of the things I figured is that you have to do this, because sometimes, in order to get through an adventure game, you have to like trigger an event that's usually caused by you going somewhere and then, like, I don't know, failing. Turns out not really. So I'm thinking that, one of these people must have saved me, because how else do I pass out in the desert and end up in a camp? You'd think someone was involved, but you talk to these people and they're all jerks. Don't walk in unbidden. Love what the people in here say. Are you a kidnapper? Who are you? Who said you can come in? Get out of here. Well, she has a point. Yeah, they got a bunch of yaks here. Go take it up with my husband outside. So yeah, the people here are rude. And there's nothing you can actually do here. Not yet, anyways. There's a whole mountain range between the nomad's camp and where Taklama is, so it just raises the question, how the heck did I get there? I don't know, magic. Also, this area is pointless, except for that magic rock. I have no idea what the purpose of this area is, and I accidentally left. Because, in general, when you play, something general I've been noticing when playing Terranigma is that you don't go back to areas you've been to in the old world. So Eklamata, the canyon, the Zwei, all those other, and pretty much the rest of Africa, you never need to go back there again. In fact, I'm not even sure if you can take the bird. Oh yeah, you can exit this desert, so it's not the same as the other one. You can't even take the bird. I'm not even sure if you can take the bird back to wherever it was. So yeah, I go back in here, and then I make a really rough cut, because I don't want to see that again. And I leave. Weird thing about the birds. There were 3 birds. One takes you to an area where you have to restore the wind. One takes you, to where you need to go, but then the third one just takes you to some random ass island where you can't do anything, and I still have no idea what the point of that was. So it's like 2 pointless areas in this game. I don't know, maybe there's some obscure secret or something. I haven't found it. Something you'll notice is that you can't talk to animals anymore. The guy that you actually have to talk to, oh man, I already forgot what his name was. Kumari, Lord Kumari. He actually tells you that, but I actually discovered it firsthand, so, whatever. I accidentally go back there on accident. Still think they should have put like a rhino sprite or something over to indicate that there was something to cross that area. Like, I don't know, they could have done something. Yeah, so you have to talk to him because you're required to trigger certain events in order to be able to progress to the next to progress through the game, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, it's not like he does give you something though, so that's a fair point, but there's no actual use for it, as we're gonna find out soon. So yeah, he says I'm Kumari, better rest here. Yeah, and he tells you can't talk with plants anymore. In danger, use the bone pin to summon him. So my thought was, okay, well I think this is what I gotta use to get through the desert. Also, here's the event that is what he gives you the clue for what you're actually supposed to do next. Master Mayho has arrived, and for whatever reason that wasn't highlighted. But yeah, I actually read, so I knew to talk to him. But that's pretty much the only time I think that's the only time they will ever actually tell you, oh, you're supposed to talk to another guy now. I mean, I actually read, so I didn't get stuck, but I do think it's not a good idea to have one-shot text events that if you miss it, you can really get screwed over. That actually happened to me in Link to the Past, where they say something only once, and then I forgot about it, and then I got stuck. Yeah, that's the thing here. There's the bone pin. Spell is useless. Gonna read that a lot. I still haven't found out what the use for that thing is. So you remember that Master Mayho just came into the village, and I end up running right past him. But that's because, you know, I was already focused on going to the desert and seeing if the bone pin was what I needed to use in order to get past it. Turns out it's not. Yeah, you'll see here, I used the bone pin, spell's useless, so you don't use the bone pin to get through Takuma. So that really vague description doesn't apply, so I fast forward the video and yeah, just so don't have to and Arc Census faded away. So now we're back in Lhasa. Talk to Mayho. Let's first speak with Lord Kumar. If you wish to speak with me, it will have to wait a while. It actually doesn't. You pretty much just walk right in, keep walking, go all the way back to Lord Kumari, and then just talk with him again. I'm not even sure why you would have to talk to him. I don't think they gave you really any clue of that, but yeah. Having a difficult time with my granddaughter. You mean Maylin? Even the wisest mind in Lost is no match. Embarrassed. What can one do? Spending more time. The mirage of a town cannot be good for her. Her own tower can cause trouble. Her own power. So yeah, this is actually important. Because this you do need... Actually, wait. Earlier I said something about how I felt about having to trigger events. But the thing is that he actually playing in the ruins that were lower. Where is Loran? In the desert northeast of here, supposedly. Because Malin obstructed me. Where is he? Yeah, so you talk to him, and then you talk to Kumari. He's like, yeah, actually no, I am kind of mixed about how I feel about having to trigger the right events, because if it was just talk to him and he's like, oh, it's Loran's in northeast of here, it's an important place you probably need to go, and my granddaughter is in trouble, can you help her? It's like, that would make sense, but instead you have to talk to this guy to trigger an event to where the actual guy you need to talk to comes into the village, and then talk to him so he, you know, triggers the event so that the character that appears in the Gobi is actually there, and I accidentally go to Takuma again, and I forgot to edit this part, so now I have to sit through this again for the third time with no editing. Yeah. Oh, those rocks there are actually important though, so, but I won't spoil the trick. Actually, I think I already spoiled it by saying it's like the wasteland Ocarina of Time, so anyone who knows how that works, well, yeah, they do the same thing here. But I'm pretty sure Ocarina of Time came after this game. But, you know, it's the whole Lost Woods thing. There we go. These people are still jerks. now she comes out. As you know, I came here before and she didn't come out, but now she does because I've talked to the right people. And you pretty much just chase her into Lowron. Actually, you know what? I think I have to take back what I said, because I left Gobi when I first came in here, so I'm not sure if you just ran forward, if you could have gone into Lowron. So I actually had to completely take back what I said about triggering events, because I don't know if that's actually true. Don't want to make any say something that's like factually wrong. This is a lost town. Yeah, so I'm just talking to the people and, you know, learning about the town. She doesn't actually say much. That little kid there doesn't say much of anything. Something that's interesting though is, actually no, I won't say it just yet. Going far into the left, can't miss. I think this is the first time that they're ever telling me that monsters have alignments. It would explain why the Neofang was so powerful against Darkmorph and Eclamata. Yeah, so I learned. At first, I was trying to see if you could pick up that thing on the table, and then I ended up crawling underneath it like Solid Snake, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, there's a well there, but there's no point to it. It doesn't really do anything. It's just there for, you know, to make the town look like a town. Yeah, this is something funny here. Give it to me. That's foolish. You're no help. I'm done talking. I think it's one of those like vague choices where he says that no matter what choice you pick. Now this is another reason why talking to people is important. To me, it's quick. Oh no, it's not yet. God, I gotta stop anticipating things before they happen. Yeah, I'm not really good at the whole post-commentary thing. So yeah, this is why it's important talking to people. See, she tells you, you can ask her where Malin is, and then she tells you to crawl into the chimney. Now some people might have been able to figure that out, you know, just because we did have to crawl through stuff in other parts of the game, but crawling isn't something you do very often. It's not very often it's actually required. And there's not very many things you can crawl to begin with. So we find Malin, talk to the dog Turbo, but of course, you know, you can't do anything. Yeah, she just keeps saying that over and over again. So It's like, well, what do? How do we get Maylin to, you know, get out of here? Well, that's actually the tricky part. That's when you pretty much need to just figure out what to do next. Now, earlier I talked to the guy, I talked to, one of the townspeople, and I think they mentioned that there was an inn. And also, if you've been following the story, they've been saying the guys back in Lhasa mentioned how this was like a mirage. But there's people here, you can talk to them. How do you break the mirage? Well, that's what I'm about to find out. Thing is, you don't actually have this is also something that you can just stumble upon just by accident, but yeah. I'm just trying to fill space with things to say, because not much is going on. I'm just exploring, checking the rooms. See that little weirdness there where Ark walks into a bed. Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss. Or no, I'm not. I'm just like, yeah, I was a little bit of a loss of what to do, because of like, well, I found Maylin, what now? Talked to her dog, and well, that didn't work. So what do? I did pretty much stumble upon the illusion by accident. All I did know though was that you pretty much had to be here. When I crawled into this chimney and there's nothing in it, is that the solution is in this town. There's no reason you had to leave. So, it's basically, alright, let's find the key, to this lock. I'm gonna make this door here, this solid wall will let me. So yeah. So I keep exploring, I check out what's the place next to here, and there's an inn. They're like, and they offer you a place to rest with almost no charge. So yeah, that was a little suspicious. Or that should seem suspicious. And again, the whole town is like all friendly to the point where their houses are connected with each other. And you find this guy here, and his name is Hayden. Yeah, the people are friendly, so you should stay. So I go into bed, and it turns out this is what you actually needed to do in order to, break the mirage. And then see the true Ark. Wake up, Ark. Something's really wrong with it. And then see that this is actually a ghost town. Yeah, like rotting flesh. Yep. Zombies. City of the Dead. Now obviously we can't actually get out of here, we still need to figure out what to do with Maylin. Of course we already know where she is since we explored it out. And that's actually something interesting, is that it's a dungeon, or not really, it's a dungeon where you can explore it, where you can like survey the area first, and then, actually go through it. It's definitely something different. It's not something I've ever seen before. And yeah, you can crawl under the table for no reason. Oh yeah, the enemies. The little girls are actually more dangerous than the clone zombies there. Yeah, as you can see, you can destroy their head and then destroy their body. They take a lot of damage before they drop dead. You actually need to, yeah, as we learned from earlier in the game, dropping into holes can help you know, find your way. Yeah, we can actually pick up these spots now and throw them. Oh, yeah. Got a bit of a haunted house where the furniture just starts moving on its own, trying to hit you. And yeah, as you can see there, the little girls can use their heads as projectiles, and they're only vulnerable when their head is still on their body. Of course, I can just, you know, spam the rapid fire attack and make quick work of them. Of course, all it takes is, you know, one other zombie to, you know, walk into me to make that strategy less effective. Also, they keep moving, so it doesn't always work. It's only that only works for the little girls because, you know, they keep trying to respawn their head to throw it at you, and they hold still when they do that. Oh yeah, and the furniture got me again. Check what's in here. Not that guy was sleeping. I don't know. Thankfully, because we surveyed the area before breaking the mirage, we actually already know where Malin is, or where she used to be. As it turns out, though, this area... Oh, yeah, no, there is something important here. Yeah, you can find her scarf, which is important for a later part of the game, but there's a dog here. We could use this scent to find Malin. Yeah, so they planned, you know, for you to do things in a different order, since I think another way they would have expected you to play was to find the dog first, and then, you know, maybe that Yomi guy would have been like, hey, maybe you should go find something for the dog to smell so you can find Malin. But here I found the scarf first, and now I'm just looking for the dog, since I already have a clear goal of what to do next. Yeah, they throw their little girl zombies throw their heads pretty fast. Oh god, this part was a... I actually see it right there. For some reason, I didn't just push from the other side. It was just because Art just does that anytime he walks into anything, any, you know, level element. But it's really stupid that I got stuck here. And you're gonna see me in edit in a little while, where I figure out what to do. Actually, I don't figure out what to do. I have to look up what the hell to do. Yeah, we noticed those things in the ground. Yeah, they're not too tough. Pretty much just keep your distance. You know, you can bait them from coming out of the ground like nowhere near you, and then you can just hit them, wail on them, and then they end up, you know, getting stuck on their back like a turtle. So yeah, they keep falling for that furniture trap. Yeah, this is where you see me kind of like going back and forth, checking every space. And that's the thing, when the game sort of like traps you in a small space like this, and there's only, you know, one way that you can't go, or there's only one way that you need to go, that you can't see the path, that you can't get through, that's when it probably should come to mind that, hey, there's the solutions here. So I don't know what am I saying? I'm just trying to stall time until we get to the point where I actually, you know, move on. And I'm not, you know, going back and forth in areas I've already been to. Yeah, it's clear I don't need to be there. It's clear I need to go down there and get back to, you know, the plaza of the town. And for whatever reason, you know, when there's only so many things there, and Ark has only so many mechanics, that it just didn't click for me what I was supposed to do. So I'm not really sure if I can blame the game for this, but I just still really don't like it. I also don't like that I'll get to it when it comes up. Fight this guy again. Yeah, you can see they're not, you know, they're not the deadliest enemies. Not by themselves anyway. And we'll see later that they can actually be a bit of a threat when, you know, they're not alone. Kind of like that with any enemy in a top-down game like this. Unless, you know, they're like one of those ball and chain troopers in Zelda, A Link to the Past. Those are enemies that are like, that are hard enough just by themselves. There I go, relying on the dash attack again. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think this was where I was trying to, like, not rely on it so much. But, you know, eventually I just start getting tired. I'm like, I want to destroy you guys quick. Because it is, you know, not only the most powerful move you have, it's also just one of the fastest ways to get rid of enemies. You just hop, you know, back and forth and pile up the damage. So, almost at the point where I get fed up and decide to look up what it is I actually need to do. It's pretty lame. I'm kind of ashamed of it, but you know, it's just what happened. start like exhausting every possibility like this, you should be like narrowing down the results into certain things should be standing out to you. And what should have stood out to me more, as we'll see in just a second, is that you can fucking push it. This town, what happened to it? Oh yeah, Hayden apparently wasn't one of the zombies. Which is weird. I think I actually saw earlier in the video that I was pushing that thing down, but yeah, it's just stupid shit like that in this game that just gets me. I don't know, I really don't think I can necessarily lay all the blame on me, because it's like, it's just not clear that, oh, obviously you could push the table out of the way. It's like, no, because earlier I discovered that you crawl under it, so it's like, it's pushing the table. I think that's even the only table you can push too, like none of the other tables you can do that, only that one. So it's a special case rule. So, you know, it could just be, I mean, there are some things that are supposed to clue you in, but it's not as clear as it could or arguably should be. Like, there are those other things that work against it, and yeah, it doesn't help. And instead, it obfuscates it, what you're supposed to do. So yeah, I had to reload the room to actually get these guys in such a way that I can attack them. Try using the zap spell, and it doesn't do anything. I don't know what happened there. I think I just saw Art like spark for a second, and then that was it. Now, I don't even think it's actually all that clear that you can crawl under the tables. I mean, the only reason I did find that out was just by total accident, because I thought I could pick up that little cluster of salt on the table. Yeah, so these enemies are kind of out of place. I mean, the whole deal is that this is like a zombie town, but then we have these, you know, kicking enemies back from Reckless. And yeah, I think I messed that up. So instead I just decided to go for the bottom one. Down. And then get one of the treasure chests, and then I can reload the room and get the other one. You don't actually even have to go to these rooms, it's just for the sake of exploring. Yeah, added challenge. Solving a little block puzzle and fighting enemies. Although those enemies are pretty... not even all that in the way. Might as well not have even been there. And I screwed up, so now I gotta reset the room again. Yeah, and I quickly figured that out too. So yeah, you can pretty much attack them through the blocks. It's not like in Link to the Past where... Actually, no, I think in Link to the Past you can attack the blocks as well. It's only the walls, your sword-like things. And you got rags. Awesome. best armor in the game. Bunch of friggin' rags. Damn, minus 15. What's even the point of that? I mean, I don't think you can actually sell your unused equipment in this game, or unwanted equipment. So yeah. Oh yeah, now there's that weird head thing. That's called a chon-chon, as you just saw right there. What the scattered glass does, it basically just causes you to stop running. So if you're dashing and he scatters glass, your arc goes back to walking speed. And that's about it. Yeah, let's go going down there again. Oh god. Poisoned and death. I think this is actually the first time that I die like this, but instead of going all the way back to the save point, I end up just at the start of the town. So that's different. That wasn't what happened in the tree area where it takes you back to the save point. I forgot what the place was called. So yeah, just looking around this area here, there's not much. Yeah, as you can clearly see. And I go back in here just to double check. Pull off a slider just because I'm cool. And yeah, you kind of have to wait for him to come out. If you hit him, as you saw there, he kind of just surfaces and then reburrows, but not to a point where he becomes vulnerable. Yeah, you can see the Magic Rock up there, which is a clue that you can actually get up there. Now I didn't check out this area. Oh god, the basket. Yeah, what the heck is that thing doing here? It's just a giant lizard enemy in a dead town. Okay. Oh, and that thing you saw it spark. You know, the ground thing. And I got caught again. So yeah, I didn't check this area in the town because I wasn't aware this was a different area, because I thought it would do that same crap where you end up leaving town when you exit the screen like that, but no, it turns out this is a whole different area, so I wasn't able to check out what this area was like when it was still a mirage. As you can see, there's a lot of enemies around here, and I'm all the way down to 25 health, so yeah, I got my butt kicked. I was goofing around a lot. And yeah, now I go back to using the dash attack, and then I accidentally go downstairs. These things, though, yeah, you don't do a lot of damage. You can do this where all they do is just like walk into your back. It doesn't do a lot of damage though. Yeah, they restore each other's HP. And they restore, I think, a shit ton of it too. Did you see that? It's like 110. So I basically just said, screw that. Yeah, another block puzzle here. Keep going. Now we're on the east side, still. Chon. Yeah, when, as you can see there, when there's that digging enemy and then that enemy that causes you to stop running, you know, that's a more interesting enemy combination there. Of course, I've yet to... I shouldn't spoil anything. It's not really much of a spoiler. You don't really see those enemies outside of this area, so that's kind of a shame. Yeah, you can see the spinies there shocking themselves. And I leveled up. Yeah, those are some silly looking, some silly enemies. At least they're actually rolling this time. It's the only thing is that they're cartwheeling. Now that's a roll. That's what it looks like they should be doing, but instead they decided to flying kick you. Yeah, they move through the ground pretty quick too. And they have no qualms about moving diagonally, which, you know, doesn't seem like a big deal, but you might also notice that a lot of the enemies, they only move in 4 directions. Like that basilisk down there, I don't think you ever see him move diagonally, but that's because they're not programmed to. One slider can take out, or at least at the level that I'm at, can take out those guys in one hit. Oh, I think I got a hit there. Yeah, I think I attacked that spine when he was electrocuting himself. And I don't know why I did that. I think it only did 4 damage. Oh yeah, when you actually kill them, a ghost comes out. And I don't think you can't hurt them. And the problem with the ghosts is that they abduct you and they take you all the way back to the square, so now I have to go. Yeah, it's like they're the new wall masters now. Yeah, you can see how I went back to walking speed there, even though I was actually in the middle of running. The thing about the dash attack is that you don't exit out of your dash. You can. Oh wait, actually yeah, you do. Never mind. Yeah, that's funny. Those spiny enemies actually take more damage than the Chonchons. Choncho? I forgot his name already. Ah, furniture gets me again. Yeah, poison is Poison's a real threat in this game, just because of how long it takes to go away, so even though it's only doing like 4 damage at a time, considering I'm already at like 32 health, it's not going to take very long for it to kill me. I already died to poison once, so I figured might as well just get it off now. Pretty much ignoring those things because no point dealing with them. You can see there was a treasure, yeah, and because they do that shit too, the Madu, that's what they're called, Madu. So I figured, well, you probably got a fall down there because, I mean, now that I know that you can push the tables, and they're arranged such a way that you can push them leaving but not going in, it must mean that we go... Yep, there it is, as I suspected. And then you get a holy seal. Now, I'm not sure if the game actually explains this, but yeah, they don't have item descriptions. The holy seal, I think, makes it so that ghosts pretty much ignore you. So the same way how you have a sleeping seal so Ark doesn't fall asleep with those, and I forgot what the hell they're called because you don't see them anymore. The holy seal basically makes it so the ghosts pretty much don't care about you anymore, and so, you know, they don't act like wall masters anymore. Pretty much just stand there and do nothing. Then we go in the chimney, like Santa Claus. And then we're here, and then there's Hayden again. I met you at the end. This appears to be a writer's room. Many interesting books. For example, this is the account of Lawrence Wolf appears monsters destroyed the town. Yep. And yeah, we can actually sleep here. I didn't know that. I sort of just did that. I sort of just wondered that. It's like, can you actually sleep here? And it turns out you can. Oh, but it doesn't, you know, change the town. The town doesn't go back to being a mirage. It stays, you know, a dead town, a ghost town, zombie town. But you can regain all your health. And I think I'm a total idiot and I forgot to use that for pretty much the rest of this play session. My bad. I realize that now in post commentary. Yeah, that was the clearest instant there that it affects your moving speed when he scatters glass shine dust. Glass shine dust? Actually. So yeah. So at first I figured that maybe the Holy Seal might actually, you know, allow me to kill these things, but you know, that's not what it does. As you can see, the dudes are restoring each other's health. So it's taking too long for me to kill any one of them, and then I just say screw it. Oh, Basilisk got me again. Yeah, I started rushing a lot, and it gets me into a lot of trouble. But that's because I checked out that whole area there, man. Well, want to get through the enemies. Yeah, Chong Chong. Some more zombies. The ones wearing the dress aren't any different from the regular adult male zombies, so yeah, it's only the little girl ones with the pigtails that, you know, dislodge their head and throw it at you. Yeah, nothing there. So only way to go is straight up. Not paths, but again. Thankfully, I go to the one that contains the light rod. Do more damage to these zombies here. Obviously, the light element should affect a zombie, considering they're dead, darkness, and all that. Yeah, so now I'm starting to get lost again, and it's like, wait a minute, I just checked everything. So I'm wondering, like, how do I get up there? Well, we'll see. We'll see in a bit, because there's going to be another edit real soon where I have to stop playing again and then look up, where to go. Here on the west side, kill these idiots. Back in 10 gens. Turns out you can't go there, and that's why you're supposed to drop through the hole. That's at the end. Nothing in the well, you can't go into it, which, is something typical in a lot of, games like these where they usually put stuff in the wells, but not here. I can't, comment on everything because kind of ran out of things to say. I think this is where, oh yeah, I think the edit just happened. So yeah, guess where I needed to go. Yeah, see those two zombies there? If you missed that, you wouldn't have known that, oh shit, there was a door back there. You can't see it, but that's kind of the point, that you can't see it, and your only clue is that two zombies, when you enter the screen, go down into it. And yeah, that sucks. And this is also where I realized that the Holy Seal, what it actually does, it doesn't let me kill the Meduse, but it basically makes those guys ignore me. Yeah, they can't touch me. Or I'll exorcise them, whatever. Not funny. Force, that's what they're called. And yeah, this guy's got like a lot of moves. This is probably a different variation from the one in the mountains. I think the ones in the mountains are, Grecliff or blue, but these are green. But yeah, they kind of have like a bunch of fighting moves. Anyways, yeah, weird thing I just had learned about my recording. Yeah, glassine dust, that is what it's called. Is that I can only record for so long at a time, so gotta stop and start the narration over again. Yeah, these guys. What the hell happened? Oh, I just missed it. Yeah, so it kind of sucked that I had to, look up where to go twice. and both of them are really lame. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just not sure that they give enough information for you to, like, you know, figure that out. Because, I mean, there are, like, a lot of places that you know, a secret passage could have been, and it's only that one specific screen where enemies walk down there, so... Yeah. I mean, there was that one section early in the town where the guy says, "Man, I wish I made a door here. I wish I had a door if only this wall wasn't here." But it's like, geez, that's really, I don't know. That's a little bit. I'm not sure if that's enough of a tell. And even then, you know, there's always a chance that the player never talks to that guy. So yeah, we're in the north side of town here, which I'm not sure you can actually reach normally. Yeah, I don't think you can actually get back here when the town's a mirage. I completely missed that guy. I don't know what I was doing. Got several ways to go. Yeah, those beds are not... You can't use those. And that is the first time I think I've seen one of those guys throwing their heads. Normally you just hit... Yeah. So yeah, nothing in this room. I don't know, maybe you could have gotten through back here. I don't know. And there's where we notice a very unusual Nadu that you cannot harm. At first I thought it was friendly. And then I tried talking to it, it's like you can't do anything, you can't interact with it. It's kind of just standing there idle. So it's already really suspicious, and yeah. Get back to that later. It was already pretty obvious that that thing was important, and then we come back to it later. Yeah, these guys are... Well, I already mentioned that they're, you know, one of the more unusual enemies in the game. And of course I die here. Yeah, at this point I'm kind of not concerned about, you know, dying too much, because I'm trying to just, you know, keep going through the level and exploring. I don't want to waste my own, because it's not hard to get back to where I was. So, if anything, I just don't want to waste my healing items, because I don't know, I was really stingy for some reason, even though I'm loaded with cash. I have 2,000 gold. I don't know why I was so stubborn to just use my items, healing items. But yeah, you pretty much just waste these guys now that I have the light rod. Which probably played into why I didn't, you know, take the enemies as serious as I should have been, because they still ended up, you know, killing me. And that's usually what happens when you don't pay attention. Start taking hits. Yeah, that guy was managing to hurt me even though I wasn't on the same axis as him. That was something I just learned about there. I think that when he starts, shooting out the glass dust, if you're close to him, that will hurt you. That or he just has a really weird hitbox that allows his head to touch you even though his shadow isn't on the same axis as yours. Yeah, I clearly dived into that guy and I got knocked out of my slider attack. Yeah, we both exchanged hits. Anyways, these guys, yeah. When they're not with other enemies like the Chon-Chons, they're not too bad. Yeah, now that guy threw his head. And there's nothing in that chimney. Just a light bulb. Light bulb, large bulb. That chimney has nothing either. So now back to where the area I left off. And now I started using the dash attack because I want revenge. I am out for blood. I'm not sure how many attacks these guys have. They have a little rolling thing where they bounce in the air like that. They cartwheel. And then, yeah, and then his flurry. There he goes, he dive kicks and then does a flurry, roll and bounce, and then just a regular roll. Or you probably can't see the bounce since he's moving, forward. Yeah. Actually, I don't think they're as complex as I made them. They just do a dive kick that's slightly homing to your position, and then that's when they do, their flurry once they land the first hit. And yeah, there was Madus again that actually will bother you. But I decide to ignore them because, who cares? They're just gonna heal each other, and I have no idea what I'm supposed to do about that, so it's just best to ignore them. Anyways, I just had to double check if there was anything in the room, and it turns out there isn't. Yeah. So those weird little fighter dudes aren't as complex as I made. Or was I even making them as being complex? No. Yeah, but they don't have that many moves, they just have like 2. Move around, they do their rolling bounce thing, and then, they do their dive kick plus flurry if it lands. Oh yeah, that was a pause just because I had to go to the bathroom. Yeah, now back to exploring the rest of the level. Almost dead. So yeah. Now we just gotta check the southern area of the northern side, which is where you pretty much where you gotta go. Yeah, there's a lot to explore here. Like, if you took... Yeah, there's a lot of, like, optional stuff in this dungeon level, whatever you want to call it. But if you just wanted to go like a straight path to what you needed and then to finish the level, oh yeah, it goes through. It's actually not that long. That whole eastern side, you don't even need to go there. I mean, you probably should if you want the light rod to make, you know, quick work of these guys, but otherwise the only thing you really need is the scarf, and then to go to the dog, and that's about it. And you can do that in any order. Of course, if you see the dog first and then you realize, oh, you need the scarf, then that's actually a longer trip than if you found the scarf first and then just went to the dog. So yeah, that's all there is to that area there. I just gotta get out of the way. And then I died. But no big deal, since, you know, I pretty much already know where I need to go, and it's not gonna take that long to get back there. Yeah, when there's so many areas that you can go to and that there could have been a secret passage to, I'm just really not sold on the fact that one screen where the guys move into the back of a house indicating a secret passage is all that clear or is insignificant enough. It's just too little information that can be easily overlooked. I mean, maybe if I gave it more time, I would, you know, stumble upon that eventually, but I think there probably should be more things to be able to suss out that, oh, there's a secret passage, and it's probably around this area here. Because as you saw, there was like two eastern sections of the town that I could have gone to, that it could have been, and then all the houses on that eastern section that could have, you know, taken me here to the northern side of town. Oh, level up in the middle of the action. But the funny thing is that Ark becomes a giant hitbox when that happens, and then any enemy that touches you within that little animation gets wrecked. Oh yeah, you can also use your slider when you're in that little burrowed state like that. Yeah, it's pretty effective. And I finally got that magic rock there that's been teasing me. Yeah, there's nothing up there. And now we're at the cemetery. And there's Turbo. As you can see, he's in front of a tombstone. You're Malin's Mutt. Alright, Mutt, take me to your master. Wow, Ark. You're such an ass. But yeah, it was pretty evident what I needed to do here. Just equip the red scarf. I mean, it pretty much just says, man, if only there was a dog we could give this scarf to. Like, alright, Turbo, let me know the instant you catch your sick. So yeah, he doesn't actually, you know, stick her out. So I'm thinking, is she somewhere around these tombstones? I mean, maybe Malin's, you know, dead and it's just a zombie that, a kid zombie that refused to die. But she's actually not. And once I exhaust, you know, all the gravestones, you know, they're not doing anything like in Zelda where it's like find the right gravestone. It's actually that one. Yeah, hang on. Once I'm done checking. Okay. Yeah, so Turbo doesn't do anything in the screen. When you leave the screen, I think that's when he goes off on his own. Yeah, that's when he goes off on his own. And that's when you gotta follow him. I'm not sure if he actually takes damage though. Darn, what a slow mutt. Yeah, that's right, this son of a bitch is slow. Hey, he literally is a son of a bitch. Let's speed it up here. It's always funny. I'm still not sure if you actually have to defend him. I think we'll see later in this, at some point in this video, if the dog actually gets hurt. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm pretty much just playing this as a, you know, defend a mission. Yeah. When he went in that house, I pretty much immediately knew what he was gonna do. And it was pretty much that random dude that just sat there and did nothing. That I thought was friendly. Turns out it actually is because it's Maylin. Turbo! Oh my god. Oh, she's crying. Yeah, so the gravestone Turbo was in front of it's her mom and dad. Okay, I was about to say, if people die and reborn, how are you talking to her now when you're already dead? It's like you're in the middle of the process. Okay, you get a pass. So put your smile back on and never hurt those around you. So yeah, her dead parents talk to her from the afterlife and say, stop being a jerk. Bleh to you. So yeah, she still doesn't like you. But she's cut out the Mirage nonsense. Quit bringing back dead people. I don't like doing it. It's always been a human desire to bring the dead back to life. But that's kind of impossible. Mostly impossible. I would love it. I would love to be able to do that. Or just to live forever. I don't know, it's always been like a human dream. Where the hell am I going with this? I don't know, I'm just talking. Because I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I'm just checking out the random rooms here. All the enemies are gone. Because, you know, zombies are back in the ground where they belong. And all the turtle kicking, the turtle fighter, armadillo fighters, or whatever. Yeah, the brofos. they're called. Rofels and Chon-Chons and the spiny thing, they all, I don't know. They all went to go kick a rock. Mayhow, there you are. Where the hell have you been? You must cross. What happened to the other? Cross the lost desert. Asked a route from the nomads camped outside the desert. They're not camped outside the desert. There's a whole mountain range separating them from the desert. What are you talking about? I guess maybe the Gobi Desert, but not the Taklama Desert. Whatever, I'm just looking for the... Hey, what the hell, Hayden? You were saying too, I'll return to Europe and write my travel journal. Wait here, stay with a group of nomads by Taklama. People shouldn't stay in one place. Promote mutual growth, contribute to Europe's progress. Yeah, that's cool. Exchanges with other countries should be promoted for mutual growth. Yeah. So yeah, now is when you go to the nomads. And they'll be a lot nicer and tell you, you know, how to get through the Taklama Desert. Mr. Mayo. It's not called the Lost Desert, it's called Taklama. Walk west until 3 boulders. Turn south, see boulders arranged as a... Yeah. Turn south. Serpentine Dragon. West, south, northwest, north. Come alongside Dragon's Grove. I actually managed to remember all 4 of those directions, you know, without having to write it down, so yay! I only had to do this once and I was able to prove that I had knowledge skills. I was able to put that into my, store that in my short-term memory long enough so that I could, you know, go the right path. Yep, there's 3 rocks. Where do you go? South. South until you see a serpentine. What am I doing? Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to stay in a straight line. So that I won't miss it. There's a serpentine. Now you go northwest. And then once you find the thing you're looking for, then you go north. Walk out of the way. There you go. Now you go north. Yeah, I was able to remember it even just now. Yay for my short-term memory. There's the giant skull. There you go. You got through the Taklama Desert. Or the Lost Desert. So now this is the point where I'm just looking for a place to save, because, yeah, there's that whole area there, I mean, yeah, the entire region there. Balkans. There's a little castle over, surrounded by water there. Here we are, lawyer. Now I'm just trying to find the save. Go to this house and these guys are like, look sis, it's White Wind. No, it's not. Who the hell's White Wind? That's what we're gonna find out. White Wind's a thief, but he's an evil person. Oh, so he's Robin Hood, typical. Yeah, anytime they say, oh, they're not evil, it's like, yeah, they steal from the rich, give to the poor. I'm so close to being finished with this narration that I don't want to stop just now. So, pardon the interruption. So yeah, this is the toll here. Basically saying that, okay, here's the area, here's your next region that you gotta figure out what to do in. Oh, also notice there wasn't a boss. So we did that whole, Loran dungeon level, whatever you want to call it, and there was no boss. Gonna see that. Yeah, chapter 3 is different from the one that, you know what? So far, all the chapters have been different. There's no consistent theme. Not a consistent theme, but consistent flow. I don't know what to say. They're just not this. They're just not the same. So here we're getting, dungeons with no bosses, and the dungeons themselves are also pretty different. So yeah, I'm still just looking for the save. Echo Lewis when he comes out. You deserve a drink or two. Follow? Jesus, it looks like you've had more than just a drink or two. Friggin' drunk. And no one's in there. Yeah, this is Matisse's. Just an artist. Did you come to buy one of my paintings? No? Have a seat, I'll get you something to drink. So this is a neat little thing they do here. See, I'm a painter, I'm very pro-born, but I don't paint so I need to paint because for me to paint is to live. I want people to see what I've seen in my art. What do you think of my paintings? It's good. And then you make his day. He's the first person to praise my art. Thanks for the confidence. Or the compliments of, no, I didn't read. Yummy! And yeah, he actually gives you a drink. Thanks for the compliments. Like, already? Okay, drop it any time. So that was kind of neat there. I don't know why. I don't know why I like this moment. Just, I don't know, I think it's just the fact that he actually, like, stops what he's doing. He's like, hey man, why don't you... He treats you like a guest, that's what it is. Actually gets out, a beverage that you can actually pick up and drink. Yeah, there's this girl here. Or a penguin happy with flowers. Just 5 gems each. But yeah, so I pretty much decided to just buy all the flowers she has. I remember something in Twilight Princess where there's a guy who's like, give money to the poor and homeless, and you pretty much just give them a shit ton of money until eventually you get a piece of heart. Until you realize that, oh, I can't carry anymore. King here is a total tyrant. Why that king would make this proclamations before me? Groom, search or not, we find it hard enough just getting by day to day. What a filthy wretch. You don't mean to marry the princess. So already we're getting an idea of what we need to do next. The king's an asshole. He's about to put his daughter in arranged marriage. But you can go and try to be her groom. So yeah, talking to people informs you of what it is that you need to do next, or what you're about to do next. It's a little thing they did, no pity, no remorse, and as you noticed, there was actually a castle off the upper area in the overworld there that we saw surrounded by the water. Yeah, I still just can't find the safe. One day there will come a time when the masses rule the country. So you say. What a bitch. Ha 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 ha. It's hysterical and nasty, but she pays well. I put up with her. Yeah, it's pretty much what most people working are probably feeling. Because everyone can enjoy wearing a bubble, aren't you just so pure? Marilyn Micro boarding inside. I don't think that close she makes. Oh, yeah, that one girl. I just noticed it now in post commentary, but all of the three girls agree here, except for the one blonde hair girl. I think that's who she was talking about. Yeah, funny the details you can notice on a second viewing. I have plenty of drinks, but the king takes all I want and the drinks everyone can enjoy, but I can't. Apparently live commentary me can read faster than post commentary me. Just 10 gems, wow, does look good. Here you go, enjoy. I'll come back when I fix it. This guy is super important. Or no, he's not. He's just an economist. This is the wrong one. Is that even possible for economic growth to be 0%? Bounties in, alright. This is what you need to do in order to, unlock the area that you need to save. And this is an event that you're forced into no matter what. Yeah, so they force you drinks and an exotic dancer. Hey, this game is T for teens, isn't it? In total, it's 1 million gems. And I decide to be an asshole and say I'm not paying. Of course they say so on your tab now. Get lost, you're out of your mind, I'm not paying. Hey pal, you pulling where leg? Our price is very clear. You can't be paid off at the labor camp. I just love the dialogue they give Ark in this game. Where he's just a rascal. Just listen to Bounty. Keep your greedy hands dirty again. Don't you call my warning. Clean up your act or pay with your life. That's weird. His name is Bounty. Bounty's in. Lady Fida, please do. Thank you. So yeah, Lady Fida. Well, you'll learn more about her in the next video. I get this feeling like we've met before. I don't know why, because we will meet someone that we've met before. Oh, foreshadowing.